YouTube, what's going on, man? It's your boy Ray. I am the original ordinary guy. Back again with another video. Beautiful, beautiful day out here in Queen City. Appreciate y'all tuning in with your boy and liking and subscribing. Goes a long way, man. We on our way to 2,000 of them things. Story time for you boys, man. Why not? Let's have a little fun. She thought I was a virgin. Yeah, that's right. All right. So back in 2015, when I got back to Dallas out of college, your boy was on a bit of a tear, with the women. Instantly when I got back, boom, went right into dating. Didn't think twice about it, went right into dating. Around like 2015, around like November, October-ish, when my parents got married, I met another woman. I call her Baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm referring to her as Baby, right? So me and Baby, we end up talking and on Instagram and things of that nature. And then finally around January of 2016, when I had just got this car, by the way. 2015, end of 2015, I had just got this car. So me and Baby finally made arrangements, and we went out for a good time. Instantly a vibe. Instantly magnet. Feminine, fit, friendly, the sweetest, right? At the time, I was not dating. I guess you could say dating. At the time, I was dating 3 other women. 2 I was intimate with, 1 not so much, and then her. I had just met her, right? So we were vibing for about good 2016. It had to be a good 7 to 9 months. And then she went off to go do something, and I ended up moving, I ended up continuing to do my thing. We lost contact around 7 to 8 months of, vibing with each other. So we had lost contact, and by then, I was back in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Around 2016, September, November, I was in a relationship at the time, right? I had gotten into a relationship. So let's fast track this thing. 2017 comes up. It's around the summertime. Me and my girl, we broke up. We done. I had just moved into my brand new apartment. Brand new. Spanking new. Guess who hit me up? Baby. Hit me up. I told her, boom, link up. Instantly, link up. Within 2 days of us getting back, back in contact, boom, link up. I got her with me for about another year, every day, damn near every day. Mind you, while dating the 2 other women I'm still dating, the other woman I was dating not so seriously was the ex. So while dating the other 2 women and still being intimate with the other 2 women, and then doing my other things with women as well, I was just soaking my royal oats back then. I was just frivolous, right? So with her, I don't know, it was just different, man. Just instantly, I don't know, it just we clicked so well. You know what I mean? So around 2018, mind you, I got her. We still locked in. You know what I mean? We still locked in. We still chilling. We still doing all of those things, right? So around 2018, March, I got sick. Y'all know that. I think I told y'all that. I haven't did the full video over it. But 2018, I had got real sick. And I ended up of course, now I have a muscle disease, right? And she calls me, mind you, we still kicking it. She calls me and she's frustrated. I ain't never heard her frustrated. I ain't never heard her, be mad at me. I ain't never heard her cuss. I ain't never heard none of that. She was always in a certain way where I loved her at, where I liked her at. And she was like, oh my gosh, you keep playing. She don't know I'm sick because I'm keeping it to myself. She said, oh my gosh, you keep playing with me. You keep just having me in your hip, on your hip, and just showcasing me everywhere and doing this and doing that. And she was upset. She said, and the one thing that tripped me out, she said, this is why I don't mess with virgins. I'm like, you talk to a virgin? She said, yeah, you. I said, what? I said, yo, this whole time you think I'm a virgin? I said, okay, why? She said, because you're so nice, so respectful, you got your life together. That makes me a virgin? She said, yeah, I thought you, and mind you, fellas, she from the same hood I'm from. She from Oak Cliff. She lives right down the street from me. I didn't know that until, I shot at her. Mind you, she from Oak Cliff like me. Usually I don't date hood females, but she was different. I ain't gonna lie. She wasn't hood. She was very sweet. But she was like, she told me straight up. She said, yeah, I thought you was a virgin because you was so nice and so presentable and so this and so well put together. I'm like, damn, that makes a man a virgin? Mind you, I ain't never heard this before. And I ain't never heard it explained especially like this. I'm like, damn, she wildin', because I said, nah, man. I said, that ain't what it is. And she said, I don't care what it is. I didn't even get to tell her I was sick and I didn't know what was going on with my life and I didn't know what was going on with my body, right? So boom, she hung up in my face. Sent me this long ass text message about, yeah, we're gonna just have to keep our distance and we're gonna have to just, be friends, and boom. That's 2018. COVID go by. I moved back in with my mom's. I'm moving to North Carolina, right? We talk about two more times between 2018 to 2023. Two more times. So let's fast forward again, fellas. August 2024. I'm in my car. I'm in this car, and I'm going to work. And baby is calling me. I'm like, damn, what the hell is she calling me for? Boom, answer the phone. Oh my gosh, I seen you on I think Instagram, and I see you post a picture, because I ain't really post a picture at the time a lot. And I'm back. She said, oh my gosh, you look so good, and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. I'm like, yeah. I said, for sure. She said, man, we gotta hang out. I miss you. I really miss you. We gotta hang out. I said, well, we can't. And she's like, oh my goodness, you have a girlfriend. I said, nah, I ain't got no girlfriend. Not yet, right? And she's like, man, why we can't hang out? Why I can't see you? I said, I moved to Charlotte. I said, I never got to tell you because you never hit me back up. Because the last time we talked, 2023, we was gonna link up, but she never hit me. She said, oh my gosh. But she was like, maybe I could have stopped you. You could have put me in your suitcase, because she's small. You could have put me in your suitcase. I'm like, nah, man, I moved out, I moved on, She's like, okay, well, when you get back home, I'm taking you out. Now, I might put the thumbnail as us taking pictures when we went out. I might. I don't know, because, some of y'all some guys be on the internet, they be kind of crazy, and they might find her on Instagram, and then they go crazy. So I might put her as me and her as a thumbnail. So we link back up. And this is the good part. I like this part. So we link back up. We have a good old time, right? We finally settle down during the date, and we get to talking. And she's like, what did she say? She was like, she said, oh yeah. I said, oh yeah, I'm gonna tell that story about when you thought I was a virgin on my YouTube, right? And this is when I was back in the flow of it. She said, oh my goodness, that's so embarrassing. I said, yeah. She said, well, why didn't you, pursue with me? Because I'm not gonna lie to you fellas, to her defense, to baby's defense, she was giving signs the entire time that we was, mixing and, vibing with each other. She would come over to the crib, she'd cook, she'll clean. I remember one time she came over, she had this sundress on. Like it was low sundress. The flowy one with the wind, right? And no drawers. Shaved, clean, pretty. She had a pretty, yeah, that joint pretty. I ain't gonna lie. It's pretty as hell. And she was giving signs. She would lay in my bed. She would do all kinds of things, bruh. All kinds of things, right? So she was saying that. She's like, I was giving off signals. I was giving you chances, and I was just, I was open. And she would talk about she not wearing no panties. I'm like, yeah, I know. I seen all that. She said, I just thought you was a virgin because you wasn't, pouncing. I said, sweetheart, I was being drained. Literally, that's what I told her. I said, I was being drained physically by two other women while we were talking. She's like, oh, I didn't know that. Why you didn't say that? I said, because we was chilling. You know, we weren't together. You know what I'm saying? And then she was like, I could have been the third. I just started laughing. I was like, yeah, you could have. But no, I was really being drained by two other women. And she didn't, you know, it didn't come up. It didn't come up because I guess she didn't care. And I didn't give a damn at the time because I was just dating. I was just chilling. I was having fun. I was doing my thing. So we get back to the phone call in 2018. She said, I feel so bad. I was like, why? Because I cussed you out. I yelled at you, and I never do that to you. And the way you treated me, she was telling me how you treated me so well and so good. I said, yeah, I knew you was frustrated. She said, she said, yeah, I was frustrated. But she wasn't frustrated for no relationship. She was sexually frustrated. Because she was around a man that she thought didn't have, you know, intercourse. She was around a man that she thought that didn't like her as that much. The whole time, she told me she was having sex dreams about me. The entire time. Between 2015 to 2023. Oh, no. I think she told me it ended up stopping around 2022 or something like that. Something she said. She said, yeah. She said, I'm going to tell you this right now because, you know, it ain't got no effect on me now. She said, yeah, I had sex dreams about you. A lot. I was like, oh, snap. I said, man, I put you through that. And I do. Because she's the sweetest, right? But the thing about it is, fellas, the way she acted was natural. I'm not going to lie to you. The other two women I was having intercourse with, they were sweet. They were feminine. They were fit. But I went on an idiot mission when I first got back home, and I went to straight manipulating and finessing. I finessed those two women. Because I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. At the time I was dating women with kids. Facts. Whole facts. So one of them had a kid, finessed that one, and I was manipulating and I was lying on that one. And then the other one I was just straight up lying to for no reason. I didn't even have to. It's stupid as hell thinking back at it now, but yeah, that's what the case was. With her, with baby, nah, not even close. No lying, no manipulating, no nothing. Wasn't telling my whole life story, but I had to do none of that. And come to find out, she was having sex dreams about your boy and all that, man. It was crazy when she told me that. And we had just went out when I went back home 2024 in December. So we went out, you know, we celebrated our reuniting as friends and things of that nature. And we just got everything out. We put everything out in the air. And yeah, man, she thought I was a virgin for 3 years. From 2015, 2018, she thought I was a virgin, bro. It's a trip. One hell of a story, and that's just only one woman. So, got plenty of that where that came from. A lot of stories, but that's just one. I thought that might be funny for y'all boys, man. You know, a little personal, you know, in depth in my life, you know, as far as women, right? But not advice, not a warning. A story. A true story at that. That's another day in reality. My reality. For your ass. Love.